Today is the day you will lose fat. Come see Dr. T at NJ Diet.
Easiest diet I've ever done. It's changed my life. Come see Dr. T.
Using blood work and DNA testing. 1-855-5NJ-DIET and NJDiet.com. Change your life in only 40 days with NJ Diet.
There it is. Yes, Sunday morning. Welcome to Sunday. It's Meet the Press, MTP Daily, every weekday afternoon at 5 p.m. on MSNBC. And then, of course, Meet the Press on Sundays, and most importantly, 6:45 a.m. Eastern Time every Friday morning, right here on Bernie and Sid. Longtime dear friend, great guy, and terrific TV moderator, our friend Chuck Todd. Good morning, Chuck.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Chucky. All right, let's start with this, okay? So you get your usual dose of criticism on this station, as you could imagine, because most of our audience are a bunch of Trump sycophants. They love him, and you tend to be critical every now and then, which you should be. But I do get this once in a while. I get this. I go, listen, I really enjoyed Chuck Todd with you and Bernie. He seems completely different. And I heard the same thing in Florida, by the way, Chuck. And you know this. I've done this to you before. He seems completely different on Friday mornings with you and Bernie than he is daily and on Sundays on Meet the Press, where he tends to be a little more vicious towards the president. Is there any truth to that? Any?
I don't see or hear any truth to it. Here's what I think happened, in fairness. I think some of your listeners see me only through Fox clips. I don't think they watch the show without the filter of a Fox show. And I think the most toughest portions of what I do get a little overemphasized in conservative media. So I think that creates that sort of extra perception for what it's worth, because I think you know, Sid.
Yep.
I may be tough, but I'm also not, in the derangement.
No, you're fair. I think you're fair.
I mean? I think that would be, but I do think some in conservative media want me to be perceived as part of the derangement syndrome world, and I think that's where that comes from. Just my theory.
Well, let me ask you a question regarding the president and a major issue that's been festering here for 2.5 years about. Nancy Pelosi said, look, no impeachment, he's not worth it. Apparently, she's gotten wind that there's nothing's going to come of the Mueller report. You got big top guys on the team leaving, Andrew Weissman. And, there's no Trump-Russia collusion. And some Democrats still want to go ahead with impeachment. So what do you make of all of that? Is it a big disappointment to Nancy Pelosi's base that she says no impeachment?
Nancy Pelosi's best asset is what? That even Republicans would say. She knows how to count votes better than any person. Period. And she counts votes. And she knows, don't do a partisan impeachment if it doesn't have a chance to succeed. And do you see 20 Republican votes in the United States Senate? Do you see 10 Republican votes in the United States Senate? I think the bar of, if there was an email that showed the secret Trump-Putin relationship, there's going to be a race to do this. If everything is just Russian fog in the Mueller report, not necessarily smoke, but fog, and I think there's a difference. I think it's going to be hard given where you can't do this on a partisan basis. Newt Gingrich proved it, right? I mean, that's what happened. If one party is going to be dug in, no matter what either side believes, if one party is going to be dug in one side, then you shouldn't spin your wheels like that. That's a case where Pelosi's being pragmatic.
Right. Well, you shouldn't impeach a man who's innocent, essentially, is what it is. But, of course, a lot of people, they don't want to acknowledge that he
I don't know.
that he's been exonerated.
I think some folks say the bar. I don't think everybody's going to agree that he's innocent. I think the conversation is going to be: is this something? Is what Mueller? I take it a different way. Is what Mueller finds, that maybe he was not a cooperative witness, not this, not that, but they don't have any. Everything is really more about circumstantial evidence with Manafort and people like that. I would argue voters kind of knew what they were electing in Trump. The guy that would cut a corner, wouldn't care what the law was on campaign finances or things like that they knew that going in, and ultimately you leave it up to the voters, not the constitutional process in Congress to decide whether he broke the law or not.
Well, listen, the bottom line is this. Mueller's been looking at this for 2.5 years, and apparently nothing is going to come of it. And so...
Well, we don't... In fairness, we don't know that.
No, but it's coming out any day.
I mean, he could still end up with 2 more indictments for all we know. I mean, we don't know. We don't know what we don't know. And speculating on the Mueller report has burned everybody in the last 6 months.
That's true. That's true. Well, we'll see what happens because it's about to come out and go public. Chuck Todd with us is a regular party appearance here on the Bernie and Sid show. So every week we bring up Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders with you because that seems to be the real fun stuff. Right now I'm bored of the border wall and Pelosi and impeachment. We've been hearing all that stuff for 2 years, but we are in store for some very good television, some very good theater coming up starting in June with debate number 1. Let me ask you something about those debates. What do you think about? It's an old story. It's 2 weeks old, but being that you're Mr. MSNBC and NBC, what do you think about the Democrats deciding not to debate on Fox News?
Well, look, as you know, I don't know if you remember this. In 2016, Reince Priebus, as chair of the RNC, pulled a debate from NBC, all because a guy named James Bopp on the RNC said, no debates should be on the mainstream media. It shouldn't be on NBC. They're not going to be fair. And we, Reince Priebus just didn't have the guts to stand up to anybody there. And I think I remember then, and I made this argument to him, you're going to play this game, and this is going to create a vicious cycle of stupidity. And, I think this going back and forth on this, it's never healthy. Look, Fox has their own issues right now, I think, having to do with its perceived relationship with the White House. I don't think that helps. Here's what I would say as just a total pragmatist here. I don't understand why the DNC announced this. I mean, let me just be a total, let's say I were the DNC and I were negotiating. If I keep saying, let's keep talking, guys. Let's keep talking, guys. Let's keep talking, guys. Let's keep talking, guys. Why embarrass either side? And then, it's June of 2020. We don't have a debate. Sorry. We ran out of time. I don't get the decision to make it public because I think that makes the party look smaller. And I think frankly, it also embarrasses Fox unnecessarily. They were very quietly reaching out and all that stuff. So that's the part of this that I actually really don't get. It's why make it public?
Well, and also, I mean, just because if it was wrong 2 years ago with Reince Priebus, it's wrong again now. I mean, Chris Wallace and Shep Smith, they don't have any connections to the White House.
Right. Look, that's my point here, but I will say this, I'm all those people at Fox that got all upset when the RNC pulled the debate from NBC. I'm trying to, I'm looking for the list of people that were all upset about that. I couldn't find it. Sorry, guys.
All right, last one on Sunday on Meet the Press. You have the possibility of bringing on either one of these 2 guests. Not going to happen, but it's a possibility, Chuck. You could either talk to Lori Loughlin or Odell Beckham Jr. Who would you rather have sitting at the table on Sunday?
Oh, give me Aunt Becky, baby. I am pissed. I want to know. I want to understand the rationale. I want to understand.
What do you mean? Wait. You want to know why a parent who has money would spend it on their children? What does that mean? It's obvious.
No. I want to know, why did you decide to lie? Why did you go that far? What is it? Did you feel guilty that you were an absentee parent? Why would you break the law? Why would you get your kids to do that? That's the part of the time. What moment? What happened to make you decide I'm going to...
Chuck, have you seen this girl? Have you seen her daughter Olivia on YouTube? If she didn't pay, she wasn't going to college.
Well, you know what? Then she wasn't made for college. There's community college. There's technical school. There's Lori Loughlin's basement. There's, they could start their own daycare center for Fuller House. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't. When did you get to the point where you decided to break the law?
Right. There's really no defense for it. I mean, they had all the advantages. They can afford tutors. They can afford all kinds of resources that they had.
All of that. Yeah. If your kid couldn't make it after the tutors,
right? Exactly.
And after all of that, then you know what? You're not doing your kid any favors. Do you actually love your kid? Go find out what's wrong with your kid.
Wow. I completely I think actually she was good parenting. She tried to say this kid's a dope. She did whatever she could to try to help the kid.
I don't know. Why? Throw her into the kid couldn't get into USC, so throw her in and watch her fail?
And displace some other legitimate kid who struggled hard.
All right. Well, is this going to be on?
As you should see, tell me this. Who would you actually rather watch as an interview right now? What really pisses you off, right? It's Aunt Becky.
All right. So this is going to be a part of Sunday's show, Aunt Becky?
I think I'll be really honest with you. I think this story, I think this story is it is emblematic of the larger problem in America over the last 20 years. Institutions failing us, elites trying to rig the system. This is everything that Bernie and Trump, left and right, all of the anger.
Yeah.
It's in this story.
That's true. No, you're right. You're right.
It really is.
Yep. No, but we can't wait. MTP Daily coming up at 5 o'clock this afternoon, MSNBC. And, of course, Sunday morning, NBC Meet the Press. Another fantastic appearance, Chuck. We love you. Thanks.
Thank you, Chuck.
Thanks, guys. See you, brother.
Have a great weekend. There he is, Chuck Todd. Wow. How about that?